In this video, we are going to concentrate on Zoho CRM. We are going to talk about the different features and the options in Zoho CRM. And eventually, based on this video, you can take action and you can see which features you want to implement as phase 1, phase 2, and so on. Bottom line, Zoho CRM, it's a beast. It's a big system. And if you don't really know what we are going to do in this video, which is going over the different options, you can waste your time on things that are not relevant to your existing pain points or maybe not related to the path that you have for your company. So let's dive in. First of all, when we are starting with Zoho CRM, the homepage is a place that I usually see companies that are failing to create a proper homepage. The homepage is supposed to be a place that you're starting your day with. For example, if me as a salesperson, I'm starting with my dashboard, I can see my open leads, I can see my general statistics based on what the company wants me to have. I can see here my general conversion. It's not for the company, right? It's just for me. I can see my pipeline, I can see where I lose leads, I can see accounts that I'm neglecting to connect with, and so on and so on and so on. All this, it's information that is relevant to me. So if it's something that you need to do, just take note of that. I really recommend you doing it. Next, we have the different modules. On the left side, you will have leads, contacts, accounts, opportunities, or some will call it deals. All those will be buckets. Those buckets of or information or functionality. Leads will be where leads are coming to, which means new people. I see that sometimes you will have systems that will have different terminology. Leads will be prospects will be deals. It's a mess. In Zoho CRM, most of the times, leads will be new people or companies that came into your company. That means from social media advertisements, social media messages, website leads, SMS, phone calls, emails, newsletters, trade shows, and so on. Whenever they're coming, they will come into a bucket of leads, and those leads supposed to be contacted immediately. I think that one of the main things, this is anyway from our experience in the past 12 years, companies that are not contacting leads super fast, so in most cases, based on one of the university studies, it was about 5 minutes to contact a lead, you will see that they have a high percentage to As for the leads, whenever leads are coming from all those sources, they will need to be contacted really fast. And that will be probably one of the things that I would recommend you to have in your top list. The ways that we like to help our customers with, when leads comes in, it's sometimes an AI is taking over. So let's say there is a Facebook message and AI will start to communicate. And it's doing a fantastic job, by the way. It will start to communicate with the customer. Whenever lead comes in, we're sending text messages or emails, depending on the client. But I really like to have automation here. The main reason is that your competition is using automation. And your competition will beat you on the speed. And statistics will say that if a lead is being contacted first, this person will have 80% chances to convert the lead. So speed to lead will be a huge problem that I like to attract, and that's what I'm usually doing with my clients. And I recommend you also to think about the same solution. If you have no one to help you, obviously we can help you, but that will be one. A second thing, it's when lead is already coming in and your team is working on it, I would like to see a blueprint. A blueprint will be a step-by-step approach, a way that you and your employees can work on leads in a structured way. As an example, We see problems with businesses that leads coming in, every salesperson is working on leads in his own way. It's a mess. In this case, for example, lead came in, management wants every lead to have a first name, last name, preferred communication, what is interested in, and also general comments of the salesperson. Without that, you cannot proceed. The lead came in, we try to give it a call. If there was no answer, we'll try to give them a call. If there is no answer, they will receive a text message or an email or some follow-up that management wants them to have, which means I am going to have a structured way to deal with leads, which that's also one of the things that I recommend you to think about, because without proper structure, you are losing the game, because your competition will have structure, and every client will feel very good when they work with the company. Another feature will be that. So right now we're looking at a designed view. It's called the canvas view. The regular view that you will probably have on your system will be a basic view. Some people will like it, some people not. As you can see, you have lots of data, lots of fields. I would prefer to have something that is more structured. So for example, it's not only designed in the nice way. On the left side, I will have the client details and the basic things that I can do, mail merge or send email, which is very common for new leads. If I want, I can click on initiate call, and then my AI will call them to do onboarding or collect information, whatever I need. And the information will come back to the CRM. What's next will show me what's next with this lead, what I need to do with it. So it's very clear for me to know what are the next steps for this lead. If I want to send a text message, I just go a little bit below. On the left side, I can see if it came from any campaign, any advertisement, and so on. On the bottom, I can see the notes, the emails, the attachments, work drive integration that we have. So this view is important. Some companies that we implemented solutions, we saw that this view, the canvas view, it's making the difference between a failed implementation to a successful one. And we have a bunch of stories about it. So that will be one. Creating those buttons that you see on the top, as an example, let's assume that I want to convert this lead, which means this lead right now came in, there was a phone call with this person, and I think that there is a future here. I want to convert it to an opportunity. In the old system, you don't have this special ABR convert that we created. You will just have convert, which means whenever you click on it, you have some options. So is that an existing lead? If yes, you need to click here. If it's not an existing, create it. Is that an existing account? Create it, or add to the additional one, create an opportunity. Lots of clicks. And the thing is that most companies don't know what to do. And they're just clicking around and creating a mess. What I would like to do, it's just have some kind of a smart button that is bypassing all this for the employee. So click on a button, and now it's doing its magic. Whatever management wants it to do, for example, merging existing records and so on, and now I'm already on the opportunity and I can continue on working, which means it's saving me time and processing power that I don't need to invest in what to do next. So those buttons can be on anything that you can think of. Whatever your employees are doing manually needs to be part of your system. The next thing that I want to talk about is the hierarchy of the system. As we said before, new prospects comes in the form of leads. Whenever those leads are being qualified, which means I'm asking questions, they ask questions, and eventually we see if there is a future. If there is a future, we are going to convert them to opportunities. Opportunities will be something that you need to work on. In the original system, the name of this module is not opportunities, it's deals. I recommend you to rename it to opportunities. In order to rename it, you will need to go to the setup. And you might, by the way, have the setup on the top right, but it's exactly the same thing. And then from here, you will go to the modules and fields, which looks like that. You will see here the different modules that you have. This one was deals originally. You can see here the module name is deals. You can click on the three dots and then you can click rename. You have the plural and the singular and you will change it. The reason that I like to call it opportunities because deals doesn't make any sense. For me, where I'm coming from, deal it's handshake, it's done. But this bucket, it's not really what's a closed won deal. Those will be opportunities that I'm working on, and those opportunities will have a step-by-step, which eventually might be a deal. I need to send agreement, need to send proposals, need to follow up. Might be yes, might be not. But if it's a yes, it's a deal. So to me, it's a little bit misleading. Also, we had thousands of implementations. Not sure I saw too many clients that wanted to keep it as deals. So we changed it to opportunities across the board for most of our customers. So that will be something. Contacts will be a place that you want to have people. So we seek systems that you will have multiple buckets with people. This is incorrect. The main reason is that you want to have all the people in one place is because whenever you install extensions, whenever you have integrations with other systems, whenever you're running reports, you want everything to be done on the contacts, because this is where systems, including us, for example, when we design new extensions, we can't think about custom implementations that they did something crazy. We think of how it should work if a professional was installing a system. And in that case, the contacts will have the people. If you say, for example, but how do you differentiate between a customer and a vendor or an affiliate or some other person, you can differentiate based on a contact type. And contact type might be vendor, customer, affiliate, referral, and so on. So, and then you can have, you can go here, you will have the contact type. I don't know if I have in this system the contact type. Let's see. I don't have, but in any case, you have contact type and then you just filter on it. Okay, so that will be a very important part. And by the way, everything that we are doing right now is being covered in our workshops. Our next workshop is in September. In the description, there will be a link to it. It's inexpensive workshop that we're doing it for the public. Next, we have the tasks, meetings, and calls. There are better ways to manage what to do than tasks, meetings, and calls. For example, if you see our system or you're working with our systems, we will have a special view. Let's see if I have it here. The leads. Yeah. We will have a special view that will have when I need to do something, what I need to do, and the current status, which means by using a system like what we created, and this is something that we created in Amazing Business Results, based on that, we are not using any more tasks, meetings, and calls. Everything is in one place. And whenever there is, let's say, a meeting, the system will tell you, today you have a meeting. You can see here, for example, there is a task due for this person. There is a task due for this person. There is a meeting with this person. Everything is in one view versus leads and then go to tasks and go to meetings and go to calls. And it's way, way, way too difficult for me as a person. I'm overwhelmed. So one view, and I'm starting my day with 32 items, and I will go 31, 30, 29, and slowly I will go over this view. Okay, so that's very important. The next one will be campaigns. Campaigns will give you the ability to track your advertisement. If you're running any type of advertisement and you are not following up on your expenses, and the income that is coming from your expenses, you're already losing the game. So in that case, for example, I can see all the campaigns that are currently running in the system. Let's go to New York 2024 trade show. I can see that there were, in this campaign, there were 15 transactions, 5 leads, 10 contacts. I spent $25,000, revenue $458,000, that's money in the bank account. Pipeline, which means deals I'm working on right now, but they're not closed, is $228,000. And then you have the return of investment is, 2,000%. Obviously, those numbers not making much sense, but that's the idea. It's the ability to track your advertisement. With customers, we usually see that this tab, the return of investment, it's red arrow going down, which means they need to terminate those campaigns. Highly recommended to have it as phase 2 or 3. If you are spending money or time on campaigns. I did work with some companies that were saying, we're not spending money on marketing, we don't care. But in the background, they will have 5 people working on marketing campaigns. So those 5 people translate to about $400,000 a year of paychecks. I'm not sure that's not an expense. So you do need to track it for sure. There is also a way to integrate Zoho campaigns with this system. So every time that you are looking at your campaigns, every Zoho campaign, which means a newsletter, will be added automatically here, and you can see the statistics of how much business you got from each newsletter. Really, really important. Next, I want to go to the report section. The report section is not really used by most companies that we are working with. They're just creating some reports, but those reports are not useful. I can't even stress how important it is to have proper reports that means something. That you look at the report and you get some insight that will help you be better, improve yourself, improve your teammates, improve the company, improve cash flow, something that will be a result. Most people don't spend money on it or spend time on it. It's just a shame. But I for sure would want to have a good dashboard, which I do for each one of my companies. I will have a good dashboard that will show me everything about the specific business. The main importance will be problems. So something before it's getting to the red zone of a problem, I would see it before, will talk to my teams, and I can solve it before it's becoming an explosion, and I will wake up in the morning, and then this is going to be the next thing that is going to destroy my day. On the left side, you will also see the analytics. The analytics will be visual reports. So you can see the data in a graphic representation. Can be anything that you want. Can be funnels like that, can be those bars. You have lots of ways to do it, and you can also create your own. As an example here, we created missed follow-ups. So I can see that James and Jesse not doing such a good job with my leads because I'm bringing leads, but they're not following up with them. And if I will click on one of them, I can see the names, the real leads, and I can see what they're missing. Okay, so those are very, very important type of dashboards. Also, it will help you create a picture of what's going on in your business. Marketplace, I would actually recommend you to have someone professional to take a look at it. So some of the extensions are not that great. Some of them are fantastic. But unless you have someone that understands the business, I don't know if you just want to click around and just install extensions. I think that there are lots of good extensions here that can really help you have shortcuts, and it can save you money and time. But if you have a strategic partner that is helping you with your Zoho journey, I recommend you to talk to them and help you decide which extensions to use. Okay, this is ours, by the way. We have a bunch of extensions. This is one of them in the editor speak. Very nice. Okay. On the left bottom, you will have a search. The search can be for anything. For example, I want to search for a customer named Lior. So you can see, I see all the leads named Lior, all the contacts named Lior, opportunities, meetings, and so on. I really, really like this view. As you can see, it's a built-in system that I just did it and it works well. Just learn how to do it. On the bottom of the screen, you will have here a bunch of small icons. I recommend you to try and experiment with them. As an example, let's say that I need to go to the previous record. I will just go on recent items. I can see all the different records that I worked on, and now I can go back to the last one, which was a campaign. Okay, so just by knowing how to use those small shortcuts can save you tons of time. This is, for example, the sticky notes. So if I click on a sticky note, I can have now, let's say I'm right now talking to someone and Jeff is giving me his number and I'm writing the number, and then I continue to do my things, and then later on I can go to the sticky notes and I can have that. I can click here and get more notes. Really usable, and I recommend you to try to learn it. Okay, you have Zia, you have lots of cool stuff here, so very important. In the settings part, you have lots of functionality here. The first one will be all the general area. Personal details are really important, and most people or companies are not doing it properly. Let me give you an example why it's important. So let's say that I will have now an email template that is going to be sent to every new lead that came in. In that case, I would like to have one email template that will serve all my salespeople, right? It doesn't make sense that each salesperson will have its own email template, because now I will have multiple templates to manage. And if one salesperson is not in the business anymore, I will need to delete that and add the new salesperson template. Doesn't make any sense. In that case, I will have here a phone number. Okay, so I will have here, let's say my phone number, 647, beautiful. So now that I have here the number, I can have the email template to say, hey, client name, I tried to call you, there was no answer. If you have a second, give me a call too. And the number will be pulled from the settings of the person. And in that case, I can just do it from here. So every salesperson will have his own phone number, and then it's really easy to manage one email template versus one for each. You have here also more things. You have time zones that are very important, ways that you like to see the lead presented. If, for example, the time zone is off, which I see in many systems, so I'm in Eastern Daytime, this is Greenwich 0, which means, let's say London, for example. In that case, the lead's time will be off by 5 hours or 4 hours. It's a problem. So you need to make sure that all those are perfectly aligned for everyone in the company, not only the administrator. Company settings, super important. There are small things that people don't care about, but they don't understand the significance. Let's say that the business hours are not set, like in this example. That means that when automations will run to send, for example, a welcome email or initiate a text message or initiate a phone call, that means that I can run the automation only on business hours. Because imagine that someone is sending a lead, and that will be, let's say, midnight. And then a text message will come in and say, hey, it's Lior, how can I help you? This person is confused. Like, seriously, someone is working at midnight and he will send them a message. Yeah, he was just on a website, and then there will be no response until the morning. Okay, so you do want to keep the automation or most of the automation working in business hours, which that's what's making sense. You can have also a currency, setting up your own currency. Most people are not doing it properly as well, and then when they need to change it, they can't because Zoho CRM is locking down on the currency. You have here also the users. If you have Zoho 1, those users are being managed on the Zoho 1 interface. If you are just having Zoho CRM, then it will be managed from here. You can set up the people, you can set their permission system and so on. It's a very nice system. Groups are very important as well because groups will be a way to group multiple people. As an example, let's say that I will have a sales group. And let's have just the sales group here. I will create one and I will assign James and Jesse, for example. Now, the reason that the group is important is that let's say that leads coming in, I can assign the lead automatically only to the sales team. This is why it's important. So you can create some functionality and automation that is based on a group of people, not based on all the people. So it's also very important, right? You don't want to send messages and over communicate with people that don't want and need your communication. The calendar booking, it's a way for you to have a link that people will book into the CRM. I think there are better ways to do it, so I'm not sure if you want to spend your time on it. Motivator is a way for you to create KPIs, so you can create some kind of a competition inside your business. Who brought the most leads, who closed the most, and they can get virtual trophies and so on. You can also present it on the company's TV and make some nice thing around it. We have some clients that we help them with Motivator. It's a nice thing. Next, you have profiles and roles. Profiles and roles, it's two areas that you can say what the person can do, which this is profiles, and what the person can see, and those will be the roles. If I look at the profile, for example, right now I have two. I have the administrator, that this is God, can do everything. And I have another one, which is standard, which I never use. Standard will give you the feeling that it's just a standard. It's not such an important role, but they can do many things. As an example, I never like people to be able to delete. They can delete. When employees are stuck and they don't know what they did as a mistake, they will just delete the record. This is why I will always remove delete from every profile. Very important. This profile can also export information, can send mass emails, mass delete, things that I don't want people to be able to do. As an example, export is something that I'm preventing from every person that is not a C-level, because we do see with companies that some employees are just going to work in companies just to drink their database. They go to the business, drink the database, resign, or even stay in the business, and they are selling the customer base to the competition. So from your business, they're cashing up $4,000 paycheck, but selling your database and getting 50. Okay? It's a big problem. As you can see here, you have lots and lots of abilities that are as part of the standard permission, which means I never use standard. I always create my own for me and for my customers, obviously. So you go to new profile, and then you just create one that works for you. The roles will be most of the time as an hierarchy, which means the salesperson can see only his own items, let's say leads or deals and contacts and so on. The manager can see his own, but also what's below him, the salespeople. CEO can see himself, the managers and the salespeople. And you can go here and you can create more hierarchy and more roles. But the idea is that this is a permission that goes, roles that is going based on hierarchy of knowledge and what you can see, and it's based on who is above the other one. You have here a section that can override some of the settings. We are not going to touch it, but just so you know that this is a super robust type of permission system. Next, let's go to compliance. You have a way here to have GDPR and HIPAA compliance. If you do need it, you know what I'm talking about. If not, just ignore this section, it's not for you. Territory management, it's something that out of the box, it's good, but it can be done in a better way. There is a way to define territories for the business, and based on that, do many things. Create permission system, reporting, and so on. I personally don't go with the territory management. We create our own way to do it. The territory management is a bit limited. We have some clients with 100, 200 branches and locations, and the territory management is limited in size. You can't have as many as you want. We prefer to do it in a custom module with custom functionality, and we're able to achieve the same business result, but in a different way. So just so you know, if you're a small business, 1 or 2 locations, 3 locations, 4 locations, territory management might be a good solution. Whenever you activate it, from what I know, you can't deactivate after that, so you're stuck with it. Next, you have security policies. Security policies, if you have only Zoho CRM, you will see it there. If you have Zoho 1 like me, it will take you to Zoho 1. That will control how people are setting password, 2-factor authentications, and you can also segregate the areas that they are coming from. For example, people can access only from my office IP or from my VPN, not from all the world. So you have some nice permission around it. Again, up to you if you need it. Security can be a good thing because it's limiting people, but from the other side, if it's not working well, it's limiting you. So think about it. Login history, if you're on CRM, it will stay in CRM. If not, it will take you to Zoho 1 and it can show you who logged in and when and from which IP and which area and so on. Also, it's a very useful information to know, especially when something is going wrong. The audit log, I can't even stress how important that you will have a strategic partner that's checking those logs from time to time. Sometimes you will see, I will give you an example. So we had a client, we checked his audit log. We saw one of the employees is a sales guy with lots and lots of exports. And I contacted the business owner and I said, I think this guy is going to resign. He just downloaded all your database. Something is off. And he told me actually he resigned. And because this person just resigned, the company still had the final check with them. And they told this employee that if he's not going to surrender all the copies that he provided, he won't get his last paycheck. And he did actually. So he admitted that he downloaded because we have the logs and we can see it. You can see from the audit log everything that is being done on the systems. Emails being sent, who updated what, and it's fantastic for accountability. So people know that someone is watching them, very important. In the channel section, you will have a few things. All those are very important, so all the company employees needs to do it. Number one, everybody needs to have some kind of a signature. The best way is to go to your Gmail, for example. So I will go on the other screen to my Gmail. You're copying your signature and you just paste it here. You give it some kind of a name and it's being assigned to your email. Okay, so that's very important to do. If you remember, we talked about having an email template to the entire company. You can have your number that will come from your profile. You can also have the signature that will come from your profile as well. So this is why you have the signature, very important. In the email section, this is where you connect your email. If the email is not connected properly, your emails will not be sent properly and they will go to the client spam in most cases. I recommend every employee in the company to have a proper integration with their email. The email sharing will show you just different permissions of what's going on with your emails, if they are shared, if they are not shared. You can see that all those employees except James, they are private, which means if I will go now to, one second, let me just click here. If I will go to the email section, what I do want to see is that all the emails that were sent and received to and from this customer, I want to see them in one place, so I will know what to do next. In this case, if all those people, okay, Abdul and Jeff and Jesse and Zoho support user, all of them are private, that means that I will not be able to see those communication, and it's defeating the purpose of having a CRM. So you do want all of them to be public, which means it's public in your organization, not public to the world. Okay? Now, in addition, you see that they're not configured, which I am configured. I'm doing my job properly. They're not configured, which means their emails will not show anyway. Okay? So that's also a problem. If you want, you can have also organization emails, for example, info@amazingbusinessresults.com, and then you can send emails from the company's email. You have here the email parser. Email parser allows you to receive automated emails. It's an example from third party sending you a lead. You're able to parse them and store the information as a new lead, as an example. This section works okay, but we are able to do it in a better way using coding. So we are parsing the email, saving the information and storing it with 100% accuracy. Email deliverability, many companies are not configuring it. In my case, you can see that I have under available domains, I have the email status, not applicable, and you can see that the authentication status is required. You want to see all your domains under authenticated domains, so they will go down, and there is a way to authenticate. We're not going to go into it right now, but this is important for all your emails that you are sending from the system. Email relay also will be important. Email relay allows you to send mass emails and automated email from a SMTP, which is a verified email. If not, the mass email and automated emails will be sent from Zoho's public IP, and the deliverability will be reduced. So this is important. Email intelligence by default it's on, and it needs to be on. You will collect who opened your emails, who's not, statistics about templates, usage, and so on. Very, very important. The unsubscribe link will allow you to create an unsubscribe link that if people are clicking on it, then they will be opt out. So in GDPR, for example, and the other places in the world, you do need to have that enabled. You can't send any marketing related emails that do not have unsubscribability. Telephony system in Zoho CRM is crucial. If you need help with it, we can help you. We are partnered with a bunch of phone companies. I can't tell you which one is better because it all depends on your company and depending on what you're doing as a company. Contact us, we'll tell you which one is the best solution for you. But what I would expect from a good integration is that whenever a call comes in, I can see the pop-up, I can click on it, it can take me to the record. All the calls will be logged into the systems. I want to have the recordings coming to the system. I want to have a nice place instead of going to the phone company to get data and CRM. I want in CRM everything. So it's very nice to have a nice system there. Business messaging will be WhatsApp and Line, and they're going to a Telegram and more in the future. I don't really like the native integration with those. You have in the marketplace different type of systems or plugins that will do a better job than what's available out of the box, but you can experiment with it and check. Some places like the Middle East, South America, and more places, WhatsApp will be their main communication. You can't use SMS. So you do need to have some kind of a solution if you work with those areas of the world. SMS, it's something that is available from what I know anyway, only in some data centers. If I will click on enable, it should tell me, I think that it's not available for me. Let's see. Yeah, only India. So only India is available right now with SMS, but in any case, I prefer to use my own phone system to do SMS. So if I use, let's say, ABC phone company, I want ABC phone company also to do SMS, all in one solution instead of paying multiple subscriptions. Zoho Social will allow me to integrate with social media. As an example, let's say that leads coming from Facebook, whenever someone sends me a message, it will automatically create a lead in Zoho CRM, which means my employees don't need to monitor Facebook messages. They can just do the entire communication from Facebook. Very important. The chat is connected to a system named Sales IQ. It's a way for you to have a bot on your website. So let's say amazing business results. Beautiful. So if I go to amazing business results, you will see on the bottom, you will have a chatbot. This one specifically, it's an AI chatbot. It's not Sales IQ because we have a full AI solution for our company. It can communicate with people, book appointments, do everything for us. Another option is to have here on the right bottom Sales IQ. So Sales IQ, it's a way for your company to communicate. You can also create some rules around it, but we found that there are better solutions right now. I expect Sales IQ to get there very, very fast because Zoho are progressing super fast. So that will be in the future. The portals, it's right now, I will say it's a promise. So the portal can give you a way that your customers can go to their own space. They can interact with you with data and they can see things. I think it's outdated and I don't think it's such a great solution. Zoho are talking in the last few years that they are going to come up with good portals. As an example, Zoho Projects will have its own portal, different login access. Zoho Books, which is the accounting system, will have its own portal. Zoho CRM will have its own portal. I do think that there need to be one portal to Zoho. And that's something that Zoho, from my understanding, they are working on. So if you want portal, just wait. Another option, if you need portal now, our company and also obviously other companies can help you create a web portal that is in the front. It's a web portal connecting to all the different applications that your clients are using versus having different portals with different user interfaces without your branding, which is a problem. So just know that there is a solution. We can help you or just wait. The custom section, which is modules and fields, allows you to customize any module that you have in Zoho CRM. As an example, if I go to the leads module and I click on the standard view, I can have here any type of fields that I want and I can do it with drag and drop. So I can create here a new section and let's call that, for example, marketing. And then I can grab, for example, the referral will be here. And let's see if there is something. Let's say I already have marketing, but opt out. So I can drag and drop fields and I can create my own views without any developers. Such a great way to manage it. Zoho are fantastic with that aspect. They are fantastic in any case, but with that aspect as well. You can have layout rules, which means some conditions. So if your client is coming from California, you will ask for some questions. If they're coming from New York, you will ask different questions. You can have some validation rules. Bottom line, lots and lots of abilities to customize your views. Very, very useful. You have pipelines. Pipelines will be ways for you to run business. In this case, for example, you will see that I have the opportunities pipeline that will have its own stages. For a future opportunity, I will have those stages, and you can create more pipelines. Each pipeline can have a different way to work. Very common, for example, for real estate. You will have one pipeline to sell a house, a different pipeline to buy a house. So buy and sell will behave in a different way. If you're also doing Airbnb service, it will be a different pipeline. The idea is not to separate based on product, it's separate based on a way to work with your customers. Asking for an agreement, signing an agreement, sending a proposal, those will be the stages, and based on that, you will have different stages. Okay? Wizards will be a fantastic way for you to accept information when a record is being created. As an example, step number 1, I will ask for first name and last name. Step number 2, I will ask for the email and phone number. So instead of having big forms to fill information, I will have very sweet and short and precise forms that are going step-by-step approach. You can also run some automations on it. It's a very nice system. A kiosk will be a way for you to create different screens, and those screens can do anything. One of the best usages that I found for kiosks will be scripts. So when client comes in, there will be a script, and it will say, hey, ask for the customer's details, and then ask them what they want to do with us. And if you select, for example, let's say SEO services, it will take you to one route. If you select web design, it will take you to a different route. So you have a way to design it. The kiosk, the basic is not that difficult to learn. Everybody can do it. But if you go to a little bit more complicated way, you do need a development house to help you. It won't work for you out of the box. You need some help. The canvas is what I told you before. It's a way for you to create custom views. So you have a list view, how things are looking in a view, and it will look something like that. So you can design this view. Let's see if I have any custom view here. Yep, so you see, you have, try later. So you can have a way to see it. Another one will be the detailed view, which that's the view that I showed you before. When you click on a record, you have the detailed view. And another one will be the form view, when you try to edit. So if I click on edit, you will have the basic edit view, which I think it's fine. But if you want, you can also design that. So that's great. Translations will allow you to create translation tables that information that is on the CRM will be in different languages. So you can have Spanish, you can have Hebrew, Arabic, any kind of language that you just want, and you can do that. We also use the translation table to change wording that are system wording that cannot be changed. We're just being creative, and we're using it for more usages. Email templates will be a way for you to create templates, as we discussed before. So let's go, for example, I try to call the person, there was no answer, the system will send automatically call not answered email. So you see what I'm doing here? I will say, hey, and that will be the customer name, I tried to reach you, blah, blah, blah. If you have time, please call me to this number, and that will come from the salesperson phone number. And this will be the signature of the salesperson, which means I can have one template that's being used for any person in the company. Super, super useful. Let's go back to our templates. Okay. Marketing attribution, it's working together with the campaign system. It's a way for you to define how the system is going to attribute a sale. Right now it's the first touch, which means when the lead came in, this is the attribution. You have here different models that you can attract, but the bottom line is you have a way to attribute the lead to how the lead came in or who closed it and so on. There is one section here, the web forms, that I passed it. I'm sure that some people will ask about it. Web form will allow you to have on your website, to have some kind of form. I prefer to use Zoho Forms for this purpose and not web forms from Zoho CRM. If you connect it with another tool that is a PageSense, you can do a lot with it and get fantastic information of how users are filling the form. For example, someone started to type here and abandoned. I will know that the person filled 2 fields and bounced. And then I can maybe question myself, maybe I need to have less fields. And maybe the form is too big, right? So you have some statistics that can help you improve the company. So this is why I skipped it. The web form, just go with Zoho Forms and PageSense. It will be a better solution for you. Workflow rules will be a section that you can create automations. As an example, when a lead comes in, send an email. When lead comes in, send a text message. When a text message comes in, alert the salesperson that originally sent it. So you have lots and lots of ways to create automations in Zoho. It's a very sophisticated system. We're also doing that in the workshops that we're running. We're teaching workflows. You need to know it. It's important. The action sections will allow you to create templates for email notifications, tasks, updating fields, webhooks, function, and so on. It's a little bit more technical, so we're going to skip that for now. Schedules, it's a way for you to create scheduled functionality. Every day, go over my leads and see if there are duplicates. If there are any duplicates, merge them automatically. Okay, so you have a way to run automation based on hours, let's say every few hours, or daily, or weekly, or monthly, and so on. It's very useful for many things. Assignment is a section that allows you to do assignment rules. It's allowing you to, when let's say leads coming in, it allows you to assign the leads to specific groups or specific people. I always like to assign to groups and not individuals, because individuals might not be with the company and then this automation will break, while a group will always be with the company. If I have now a sales group, also in 10 years I will have a sales group, just the bucket will have different people. The moment that I have it based on a group, it will work fine. You can have case escalation rules. I prefer to work with Zoho Desk, which is a support system that Zoho has, much better than using the case management system, so I'm skipping it. The scoring rules is a way for you to score leads. So let's say that I'm going now and I'm working on my leads and there are 32 leads. I want to work, I have right now, it's let's say 4 p.m., 5 p.m. I'm out of the office. I will have time maybe for 5 leads. I want to deal with the best leads, the ones that really deserve my attention. We created out-of-the-box functionality that we created in our extensions, that you have priority that is being managed with some logic in the background, based on something that a sales manager would assign the priority. If you don't have that, you have the second best, and this is the scoring rules. The scoring rules will allow you to say how you're going to assign points. As an example, if someone is coming from New York, okay, then I will assign them 10% because I know that this is a fantastic place. Sometimes you can have channels. For example, if an email was sent to the person and the email bounced, I want to subtract 10 points. And maybe when the email is opened, I want to add 5 points to this person. And slowly you're building some kind of a logic that will provide points to your leads. And then based on that, you can say, you know what, I don't want to work on all of them. I want to work on scoring rules that are more than 5, which means it will remove all the bounced emails and so on. And from 30 something, I came to 27. And now I can start working on them. Okay? So the scoring rules will tell you where to put your time. Cadences will be drip campaigns and drip information. For example, I can have, let's say, 5 messages that will be sent one every day. And when someone is opening an email, the cadence will stop. We can create it with workflows that I think it's more efficient, but for people that don't know how to work with technology and so on, cadences will create the magic. It's not a difficult thing to do. You just need to spend half hour or so and learn it. The last workshop that we had in July 14, people got it in like 20 minutes. So it's not a difficult system to learn. Blueprints will allow you to have a step-by-step approach. As an example, let's say that I'm going to the leads blueprint. You will see that the flow is that lead comes in. I will try to call the person. If I'm able to talk to them, I will send them a form. And then from there, or it's being converted to an opportunity, or it will be lead is dead. Maybe I try to call this person. There is no answer. I will try today. The system will schedule me a follow-up tomorrow. So I won't drop the ball on this person. And if I try to call and there was no response again, I will try to call another day. So basically, it's a step-by-step approach that I'm creating a process that is being forced on all my company. You can have lots of automations on it. Every client that we have in ABR will have some kind of a blueprint. Always. Very important. You have approval process in case that, let's say the deal is more than $200,000, the CEO needs to approve. Or if there is a bigger discount or any rule like that. Review process will be based on data. It's a way for your administrators or anyone in the company to review data at some point. Also very important. We can skip that. Command center, I find it that it's a wonderful type of a system, but you need to have someone that knows how to work with it. We'll see if I can add it. So it's creating some kind of a path. No, it's not working. It's creating some kind of a path that it's crossing modules. So lead came in and then I converted the lead and then this lead started the deal. I sent an agreement and then it died. So I want to know all the people that happened to them. So that will create some kind of a both a report and also some automation that is cross modules. Okay, very, very interesting and nice solution. I personally really like it. Segmentation, it's a miracle. Segmentation allows me to have, let's say, 3 segments. One segment will be my VIPs, the best of the best. Another one will be okay clients, the ones that are just in the process and everything is good, and ones that are about to die. So something is wrong with them. And that's based on the RFM model, recency, frequency, and monetary value. Basically, when was the last time that they had a deal with me? How many deals they had with me and how much money I had with those people. So let's say if someone spent with me more than $1,000 and the last deal was more than 6 months ago, there is a problem. They will be on the list and you can call each one of them and you can try to recover them because it's not that late, but from the other side, you know that it's going to a dead place. So very, very nice system. All this section of data administration, it's about data, importing data, exporting data, running data backups. I can't tell you even how many people came to us after working with developers. They don't have data backups. No one configured the data backups. It's just insane. You need to make sure that you are taking care of all that, right? Or you will have a strategic partner to work with you like us or someone else, but you need to have someone making sure that you're good. This is how much storage you're consuming, and you can see it based on obviously megabytes and so on. Recycle bin that you can see all the deleted items. One of our customers, and it's also a video that I did not too long ago, the customer didn't know that his assistant was deleting hundreds of leads every day. She just woke up in the morning. She saw that she have about 400, 500 leads waiting for her. She know that there is no way she can make it happen. Instead of telling her boss so he can turn off the advertisement or slow it down, she was just deleting hundreds of them so it will be more convenient for her to work. When we met the client, he came for a different reason. We did an inspection on the system. We saw the recycle bin. We saw hundreds of leads. We asked if you had any type of an import that was deleted because you have like thousands of records. And he said, no, we had nothing like that. And when we went over that, he said, oh my God, I do see in Facebook that we're getting traffic, but I don't see that in Zoho. Now I understand what's happening. And obviously it's telling you deleted by, and you see the assistant name. So anyway, good to know where things are. Sandbox, it will be some kind of a playground area that you can create an environment that you can experiment automations, experiment functionality. Let's say you rearrange your views and you want it to be tested before you apply it on live. All that can be done here. You have obviously more functionality. I'm just touching it in a second. Let's see what else is interesting for you guys. All that is just really technical stuff, not for you. Okay, data enrichment, it's all the ZIA side, it's AI automations based on Zoho. It's built in, you don't need to pay for it more. Some of it is new and it's okay. Some of it it's relatively older and it's very good. So everything that Zoho are doing for a longer time, it's really good. So you will have a data enrichment. It's a way for you when you have, for example, a lead or a contact, you will be able to click and enrich data. That will take the data that there is online and it will tell you, you said that this company is blue sky marketing, but based on what we saw, that's actually amazing business results. And this is not the number. This is also another company. The email is wrong. And actually, this is correct because the email and based on the website, they know that this is not the right company and this is not the phone number. So it's good that, in real life, that would probably save everything. You have predictions, so it's able to tell you where your business is going. If you have any type of subscription type of mechanism, the churn will help you as well. You have some recommendations that ZIA can give you. I have a full video about ZIA automations on my channel that you can review. Very interesting. I think it's very nice and it's helping businesses to take better decisions. You have communications, best time to call. I don't know how they do it, but it works. If it will tell you call, you will have here, let's say, a section. Let me just go here. And you will have here, you see a best time to call. And if there is a suggestion, this is a dummy email, right? It's not real person. But if it was, it will tell you best time to call is this, like 2 p.m. and the email at that time. You can also, by the way, run automations based on that. So I can say, send this person an email based on the best time that he will actually open the email. Really nice. Conversational AI, I won't go into it, but just know that you can request the system to give you, reports and different things. So it's very nice. Yeah, I won't get into all that. It will take another 25 minutes. But the bottom line is, the rest of the stuff here, I have videos on the channel to go more on Zia. I will just touch the smart prompt because that's so up-to-date kind of things. With the smart prompts, you have a way to have email templates, and those email templates or email in general, you can have an assistant to write the email. So you can do it based on Zia, or you can also integrate OpenAI if you have the API key for OpenAI, if it's a paid version. So that will help you design a better type of an email. And as I said before, all those, there are videos on my channel. So, long video, and I try to run as fast as I can. Bottom line, when you are having Zoho CRM, take this video, try to break it into phases of what's the most important for you as a business, and then start to create a flow of how you're going to work on your system. If you have the ability to join to one of our workshops, we don't have profit from those workshops. I'm spending about 15 hours on just teaching on those workshops. Carol, she's also doing about 15 hours. We have, after each workshop, about 3 to 4 hours to manage the recordings and upload to the portal, so students the day after will have it saved. And we need to prepare for those workshops. So it burns me a full week, and those workshops will not generate lots of money. So it's $297 per student. We do it for you. We do it to help you with your Zoho system, to make sure that you know what you're doing and you have a good system. Hopefully you will also see our value. You will become also one of our customers. But the bottom line is for you to have a nice system and save thousands and thousands of dollars on implementations. Okay? So that's it for this video. I hope you found it useful. It's over an hour of a video. I'm exhausted. I'm sure you too. If you have any questions, shoot them in the comments below. I will have also the workshop link in the comments below. Hopefully I will see you and your employees in our next workshop.